fun to do, but like in a non-serious way, is like the Asian parents who meet up with each other and like bring fucking trifolds promoting their daughters and sons and try to like do a real life Tinder type of situation. Like, I'm just thinking if my mom did that, like what would she even put on my trifold? I can't cook, I can't clean, I can't say I love you. I don't know how. I have size 39 feet, so all your relatives are gonna judge me. Are you guys having bad eyesight? Okay, I think I'm gonna answer the 36 questions to fall in love. I can't say I love you. Given the choice of anyone in the world, whom would you want as a dinner guest? If there's only gonna be 2 people, I'd rather it just be me. I cannot handle 2 people conversations, especially if we don't know each other. I will start sounding like a stalker. Like, I will not know what to say. And so instead of being like, oh, like, what's your favorite color? Or like, how is your day? I'll be like, what material is your door? When do you peel off a Band-Aid? Like, 3 days after the paper cut? An hour after the paper cut? So if I could invite 2 people and we could have like a 3-way kind of thing, perfect. Okay, next question. Before making a telephone call, do you ever rehearse what you're gonna say? Why? Every single fucking time. Not just a telephone call, I rehearse what I'm gonna text before I text it, which doesn't make any sense. It takes up pages. Like, I have Google documents that are dedicated to texting someone back. If I don't reply to your text, I promise you it's not you, it's me. 100%. I'm up at night thinking about what to reply to you instead of just replying to you. Next question, what would constitute a perfect day for you? I feel like a perfect day for me is one where I didn't feel guilty about that day. Like, I didn't get ready for bed and then be like, no, you can't sleep yet, you haven't done enough today. I feel like I have this toxic habit of like calling all of the days that I'm not the most productive a cheat day. Like, I'm like, that day does not exist, or that day didn't count. Like, that day was an anomaly, was a fucking outlier. Like, that was not a real day. Next question, when did you last sing to yourself? I only sing to myself. I tried singing one time to a bunch of people. I was 5 years old. I was singing Party in the USA. This was like at a guy's birthday party. It was this, honestly, that day was a fucking dream to me. Like, it was at this rented like cabin. Everything was wood. The walls were wood. The floors were wood. The fucking plates were wood. Like, it was just a wood themed party, which, I mean, Stanford's mascot is a tree. Mother Nature is hot. Like, anyway, we were all supposed to dress up as rock stars and sing a song using Sing Karaoke. Or was it, what was it called? Was it called Sing Karaoke? The da 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 da. The times when Sing Karaoke would put a backing track for some of the chorus or parts of the song without telling us, and like all of a sudden a woman would start singing with me, was the scariest moments of my life, because I'd be like 2 a.m. in the bathroom with the lights off with my little fucking flashlight trying to channel my Mariah Carey, and all of a sudden this woman's voice would come and I'd be like my bathroom back home is shared between my grandma and me. Like, at first I was like, is my grandma harmonizing with me? Like, okay. And then I was like, my grandma doesn't know English. Who is this fucking lady? But anyway, my mom had printed out the lyrics like a script, and I had rehearsed the whole thing. I started singing, and I kid you not, people were covering their ears. Like, it was, like, at first, I covered my ears as well because I am a conformist. Like, I have a fear of standing out in public. And so, like, I was covering my ears until I realized I gave up mid-song. Like, I don't even think I got to the Britney verse. And then, like, at the end of the party, while we were all, like, going onto our cars, one of the dads came up to me and was like, I had a constipation problem, and you just solved it for me. And I just, like, laughed because I had no idea what constipation meant at that time. But now that I think of it, all of our parents were probably drunk. Because, like, in my visual memory, I keep seeing logos of Corona beer from that event, like peanuts. Anyway, next question. If you were able to live to the age of 90 and retain either the mind or body of a 30-year-old for the last 60 years of your life, which would you want? If you were able to live to the age 30 plus 60 is 90. Oh. I really haven't thought past 30, to be honest. I haven't even really thought past 16 and I'm somehow already 18, but I think body, right? Let's say I was 50 years old and I had the body of a 30-year-old. Everyone would be like, mama, milf, daddy, granny, like all the family members. But if I had the mind of a 30-year-old at 60 years old, they'd be like, you're so immature. And like me at 50 years old, my mindset should be a lot more wiser than me at 30 years old. But then again, knowing my memory, by the time I'm 60, like I don't think I'm gonna remember much. So maybe I would keep the mind of a 30-year-old. Next question, do you have a secret hunch about how you will die? You see, this is actually a really good question to ask on the first date because me being the paranoid person I am, I would say something that has to do with the person across from me and then see how he reacts. And like, if he's blinking really fast or not blinking at all. Oh my gosh, my friend Tina has an emergency. For what in your life do you feel most grateful? Definitely my family. And I know they kind of have to be there because like we're blood related, you know, like, but I genuinely don't understand how there's people in this world who are willing to stay by my side and like they would choose me over other people. Like, I don't know, that's just, I will never understand that. Yeah, maybe don't say this on the first date, Rachel. Next question. If you could change anything about the way you're raised, what would it be? I don't think I would, honestly. I wouldn't risk it, you know? Like, I'm healthy, I'm happy somewhat. Maybe like without one of the P's, but I'm like happy. And like, if I were to have changed it any other way, I could be any other version right now, you know? The multiverse is real. I like to think that a lot of my better qualities were gained through having to be more independent when I was younger. And so I'm really thankful for the way that I was raised. I think my family did the best that they could with what they had to deal with. Your next question, if you could wake up tomorrow having gained any one quality or ability, what would it be? Becoming transparent in both ways, like becoming physically transparent, like you can't see me, where am I? But like also becoming more transparent, like, you know, like communicating. You know what that gives me the energy of? That gives me the energy of those people that grow up and they're like,
you know how in elementary school we always get asked what our favorite superpower was, and I always said invisibility. And now that I'm looking back at it, it was definitely a sign of my lack of self-worth and wanting to make myself disappear.
no, you were just a child, just having fun and participating in the group activity before you learned your timetables. Like, okay, next question. If a crystal ball could tell you the truth about yourself, your life, the future, anything else, what would you want to know? Does she get Botox? What is the greatest accomplishment of your life? Being born, bitch. I feel like that's not talked about enough. Like, okay, maybe my mom did all the work for me, but like, can we talk about the fact that you entered a complete new realm, having never seen it before, never anything, and you went out head first? Like, bitch, if you told me to do that now, never. Do babies come out head first? Next question, what do you value most in a friendship? Don't be a psychopath. Like, if I can sleep next to you, you have passed my friendship test. You have passed my life test. Me and you are now like this, the fucking bathroom signal in middle school. What is your most treasured memory? Definitely when I was running in the field. It was a hot summer day. The grass was super green. It needed to be cut. Bambi was behind me. Santa Claus was running with me.
Merry Christmas. Ho, ho, ho. It's Santa here.
The Easter Bunny was hopping. I still had all my baby teeth, so the tooth fairy was not there, but I just ran and somehow continued running without panting. And I thought I had figured life out. I was gonna have my first kiss at 16, get married at 25, have a kid at 30. It was gonna be a girl because boys have cooties. What is your most terrible memory? I was running, the sun was out, Santa Claus is right there, and then I woke up. Okay, turn the lights back on because I'm starting to get dizzy. When did you last cry in front of another person? I don't remember actually. When was the last time I was around a person? By myself was like yesterday, but another person, it's been a while. Oh my gosh, why did I like connect with a trauma coach just pop up? Trauma healing coach? And why did I press X? Like I couldn't, what gives your life meaning? Okay, we're picking a different website. I want questions like, what are the similarities between you and a giraffe? Let's do TMI questions. At this point, the energy has been invaded. When did you first get your period? Oh my gosh. Period stories are a whole nother realm. Let's get comfortable. Let's fucking period stories. So I remember I hadn't gotten my period yet, but all of my friends already had. And not having my period was like the way they had an upper hand over me. I would go up to them in the morning and be like, oh hey, like what are you guys talking about? Oh, you wouldn't understand because you haven't gotten your period yet. And so I was like, what is this magical thing that's gonna transform my life? And then this magical thing came to me, I think 7th grade middle school, maybe? I think I told my closest friend, and it again was like the biggest deal. She was like, I won't tell our other 2 friends until you feel comfortable enough to share. And for some fucking reason, I gate kept my period. I don't know why. Like I was just like, let me procrastinate the world knowing me as a girl with a period. And so I think I waited like 2 weeks before I told my other friends. And it was just funny because during that 2 weeks, they still kept using having a period over me. And it got to a point where I was having stomach problems. Like I was in the nurse's office every single day because I don't even know why. I think I've just always had underlying stomach issues, probably because I had PE right after lunch, which doesn't even make any sense to me now that I think of it, but I had PE scheduled right after lunch. And so by the time I got to the end of the day at school, like I could not sit. Like every single time I sat, like my stomach would just start fucking acapellaing. Like it was a whole fucking band. Where did One Direction go? One Direction went into my stomach. Like I was having a whole fucking concert in English class. And so like I had the worst stomach problems, and my friend would reassure me by going, at least it's not period cramps. I know that some people have really, really bad period cramps. I've been very fortunate to not have like super duper crazy ones, but the gaslighting was insane. Like I would be out here with my fucking little stomach pills that I had to take, and they'd be like, at least it's not Tylenol. So that was my beginning experience with periods. And then I used to do competitive swimming when I was younger. So for a while I really wanted to wear tampons just because it would be so much more convenient. That way I didn't have to miss practice. And my mom was just super against it. I think just the way that she was brought up, or like certain practices in Asian culture. She sent me articles every single day of like different people who had to get their legs amputated because the tampon had an infection. One time I had a super big competition and my period was scheduled to come during that time. My mom was still kind of hesitant, but I just remember watching so many videos with my friend because she knew how to put on a tampon, but I didn't. And it was like videos of like people inserting tampons into their teddy bears or like into their dolls. And like my friend would be like, oh, that's right or that's wrong. And it was just a bonding experience like no other. And then I became a coach at the same club that I used to compete at. And I was talking about it with my friend because she also is a coach there. And she was like, I don't even wear anything. Like, I don't wear a pad, I don't wear a tampon, I don't wear anything. Can I air this out? She was like, you know that when you're in the water, your blood stops flowing, so like you technically don't have to wear anything. And I was like, mind fucking blown. So, I mean, I still don't risk it because I've had really, really, really embarrassing period stories. I like to just sit on my ass all day. I really, really like to sit. Like, it was my favorite pastime, my favorite hobby. And so every single time I stood up, I gave birth. My most embarrassing period story, this is really bad. My period came earlier than like planned, and I didn't have a pad or anything. We were about to take a test, and I asked my teacher, like, can I please use the restroom? And I was just gonna literally put like toilet paper on it or something. And my teacher was like, no, we're about to take a test. Like, what are you doing? Like, go sit down, this and that. And so the entire hour, like, it was just going, and I was just and like I couldn't even focus on it because I was like, I'm gonna be more mad if I don't get 100 on this test. I kind of even forgot about it for a second because like the Asian in me came out, and I was just like, and by the time I got up to turn in the test, I was like, fuck, it's crossed a couple of layers. If we were measuring this based on the Earth's core, like it's upper mantle crust level. I didn't want to get it onto our chairs because we had a shortage of chairs in middle school. If you broke a chair or like did anything to a chair, you had to pay for a new one. And so I put my foot on the chair and I started sitting on top of my foot, or like on top of my shoe basically. And by the time class ended, there was blood on my shoe. I mean, I was wearing really colorful shoes, so it kind of looked like it was part of the design, like. But I just remember waiting for everyone else to leave the classroom and then slowly getting up and like just trying my best to walk, because it was on, so like if this is the shoe, right, and this is where your foot goes in, it was on this side. And so I was trying to walk like this. So like this is my foot, I was trying to walk like this. Like just like not normally. And it's just funny because after school nobody talks to me usually, like no one stops in the hallway, anything. But literally out of the 365 days in the year where you could have came up to me, today was the day. I was fucking Sharpay Evans montage walking into the school, and like I can't think clearly because I'm literally just trying to like out. We're trying to say, hey, someone even complimented my fucking shoes. That was the end for me. Like, I told myself, you're moving. You are never coming back to this school again. You are never coming back to Earth. Like, but honestly, my advice for younger girls, even when you have a period story and it's embarrassing, or because I've had a lot of others too. I've had ones where people have pointed it out, or I had a fucking, oh my gosh, I had a period story where like I was working out at the fucking gym and there was mirrors, right? I, could you not, went to go like wall sit on the mirror. I don't even know why. I was in on the mirror, not on an actual wall, but I went to go wall sit on the mirror. I looked at the mirror and I fucking noticed it. That's at the gym too, where like you're squatting or you're like, it's like in people's faces. It may seem like the biggest deal at the time, but people will either forget about it or people will grow up and understand. And I feel like especially younger girls who are maybe like dealing with periods for the first time, or their parents aren't open to talking about it. It's just such a stupid thing to judge about because you're literally judging about like a natural occurrence. And I feel like we've all had those cases where like accidents just happen, or even like in the bathroom, like crinkling the fucking like paper to like remove your pad. Like that was a big thing for me. That even is now too. Like I'll have to wait till someone flushes and then like I'll crinkle it. And it's like, it shouldn't be that way because it's the most normal thing. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, I think I should probably get on the shower now because my fingers are like starting to become raisins. I don't even know how to end this. This is fun. I'm very relaxed. Yeah, I'm like a little shy now. What the fuck is going on? I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye. Goodbye. Okay, but can we talk about how I literally have Asian flush right now? And I don't even consume alcohol. Is that unhealthy? Is that like a bad sign if like you get